Damn! How long has it been since I made a video? Since like 2 or 3 weeks? Good job, Alex. Good job. I mean, you skipped pretty much the entire month of January. You only reviewed Ride Along. You did a trailer review for Suicide Squad. That was it. Only 2 videos in January. You asshole. Why couldn't you make more videos? Yeah, F me. F me for actually trying to save minutes of my life because I didn't want to see every shitty movie that came out in January because January is known for the month of shitty films. That F me, right? Yeah, I wanted to see Kung Fu Panda 3. Yeah, there were a couple of films I did want to see. And over this weekend, I only saw one movie, Hail Caesar, and that's the review I'm doing. Yeah, F me. My bad. My bad. Hail Caesar! So Hail Caesar is a new Coen Brothers film, and basically what the film is about Josh Brolin's character, who's the head of this studio. And pretty much this film is about him in a day or so trying to maintain control over each films that are happening in his studio. I was actually excited for this film because first off, the cast is a packed cast. I mean, you got Scarlett Johansson, Josh Brolin, Jonah Hill, George Clooney. There's just a lot of great talent in this movie, and plus, from what I've heard of the Coen Brothers, how great they are, I was like, okay, let's see how this film turns out. And it's pretty much, this movie is taking place, you know, like in the early 50s, you know, post-war Hollywood. I was like, that's really interesting. I want to see how this film comes out to be. And I gotta say, for me personally, this was actually a disappointing movie. But before I say what was disappointing about it, let me talk about the positives. First off, the positives, obviously the acting was really, really amazing in this film. I mean, for all the actors, even Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Scarlett Johansson, even though she was a little bit in the movie. And also, too, just to let you guys know, if you wanted to go see this movie for Jonah Hill, don't, okay? Because Jonah Hill's literally in this movie for one scene for, I think, about 2 minutes. And so, I don't know why they put him in the poster because he's only in there for one scene for 2 minutes. Everybody interacted well with each other. I really like how Josh Brolin portrayed his character. George Clooney, I really liked his scenes a lot. Like the attention to detail that the Coen Brothers did to this film, I really liked it. I really appreciate it. And they did a lot of hard work to make this look like it was, you know, post-war Hollywood. And I gotta give them credit. Now, as for negatives for the film and the reasons why I felt this movie was disappointing is that, for one, like how I said, the film is a love letter to post-war Hollywood. One of the things I felt the Coen Brothers did is that since they were trying to make, you know, a love letter to that, they forgot to make an actual cohesive story. And they go with a bunch of characters and they introduce these subplots. And really, when you think about it at the end of the film, only really 1 or 2 subplots really mattered. And among the other subplots didn't really matter at all. The film feels disjointed because you're focusing on this one scene, the next of the film goes to this other scene, to this different subplot, then it goes to this subplot, and it just doesn't mesh well together. Now, this film is being marketed as a comedy, but for me, I wouldn't consider it as a comedy because while there were moments that I actually laughed at, there were very few throughout the film. So I wouldn't call it a comedy. And by the end of the movie, I heard this one woman, she was like, hey, it's typical Coen Brothers. I'm like, huh. This is how all Coen Brothers films are? And I'm pretty sure that's not the case. You know, it probably was just with this film because, you know, I haven't seen any other films. I haven't seen The Big Lebowski, so I'm pretty sure each film is different. Because I remember I actually really liked No Country for Old Men. Not a lot of development for the characters. And the story is very thin, so there's not much to take out of the movie. While the acting's really great, the amazing attention to detail by the Coen Brothers in the post-war Hollywood, you know, that was cool. I loved the whole aspect of the business in Hollywood. And the cinematography, Roger Deakins, was great. This was a disappointing film, and it didn't hit it for me. So I'm going to give Hail Caesar a solid C. It's not a bad film. It's not a terrible film. I wouldn't say it's a bad film at all. It's just disappointing, and it just didn't hit it for me. So guys, that's my review for Hail Caesar. What did you guys think of the film? Did you guys like it, or did you guys find it disappointing like how I did? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.